Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. I see what you're putting in chat. I see it, I see it, I see it. And that's totally not what we want. What happened is that Discord is being Discordy. So I'm back on tech support. I am sending some view links to our commentators. And boy, oh boy, do we have absolute the top tier of commentary team. I'm telling you right now, without a doubt, I can't even tell you. Because one, I've been fangirling over for so long on YouTube. What the heck? Hold on one second, guys. All right, for now, just give me one quick moment. For the love of sweetness, Discord, between Discord and freaking Node, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What do you mean they don't have access? Discord! Alright. Elendar, can you try to click on the newest link? Okay, so I'm going to give you that one, and I'm also going to send it off to Melee. And I swear, everything goes with full shenanigans. It would not be me if I gave you something that actually worked. Okay, let me give an introduction. Here we have a Slabanaka awaiting between the Guru MiRai and jjschmidt. I'm telling you, we've got two great runners on deck. Also, who is our dream team covering this? We have on tracking Her Royal Highness, the Queen of Hera Basement Landia, the Master of Misery Mile, Royale, and for commentary, we have a YouTube legend, one that I've been following for so long since Zelda Classic, Melee Wizard, and a genius of all geniuses when it comes to Zelda 2, and is crazy enough to play Swordless Z1 just like me, Elendar. You two take it away while I go ahead and start this race up.
Thank you, Krista, and greetings to everyone watching. It's going to be hopefully a really tight match. Both runners 2-0 here in the tournament. How you doing, Melee Wizard?
I'm doing all right. Looking forward to seeing some high-level play here. So we got some runners on a couple win streaks here, but one of them's got to end tonight.
Yeah, we're rapidly running out of undefeated players. Presently, it's 4. It's going to be 3 by the end of the night tonight, and by the end of our 5 rounds of Swiss, it's going to be at most 1.
All right, looks like the flag has been dropped. Our runners will be on their way momentarily.
What are you hoping to see in this race, Melee?
Probably low bar to clear. Probably red diaras everywhere.
I'm, of course, hoping for the thing that I love and no one else. It's vanilla biomes.
I don't mind vanilla. I'm one of those people that have actually played vanilla. I actually played the vanilla game back when, I actually had the cartridge way back when.
Yeah. I'm one of those old folks who's actually older than this game, so I too played a lot of this vanilla back in the day. But we will not have vanilla. We've got a mountainous biome.
Yep, and we've got a town, and Zarya is what Zarya does, and we're on the wrong end of it.
So it looks like Zarya pass-through could very easily be required given where it's positioned. We're going to see our runners hunting down potentially Fairy Spell, potentially just finding Bagu of all things.
And we've got Trophy Cave.
not too bad. One spooky spider.
One Gorilla, and well, it's the flute. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the kind of thing that our runners are probably looking forward to seeing right now, but you know, it might come in handy later. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a lot more likely to be required in these flag sets than it has been in previous standard flag sets, but still probably only about 20 or 30% of the time.
We got another cave. Looks like we had the back end of the grave drop, I think that was.
Yeah, no pass-throughs so far, so...
And Rudo, that has shield.
Rise considering picking it up. I think probably more just looking for the hints than anything else.
Yeah, we given the layout, if they could go west to find the heart.
Exciting.
Whee! Wonderful hits so far.
Gooba sits on the trophy. Okay, pull complete.
Alright, so we pretty much have no reason to be digging the item out of 5 then. Unless you really want that shield spell.
Yeah, I mean, shield spell is nice, but I don't see anyone coming back for it.
Yeah, I mean, shield, I'm not saying shield is a bad spell. Is it worth digging 5 for? I don't think so. But I don't think we saw any other pass-through caves, so unless... gotta find... Bagu has to be around here somewhere, or else how else are our runners supposed to get anywhere?
Yeah, Bagu or another connector, or...
Yeah, I don't... Well, there was the back end of Fairy Drop, which I think MiRai is on their way back there now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be progression, but this cave could be...
This is the back end of Jump Cave, never mind.
This cave could be very scary in the dark at low levels. If you get red Dyras in these corridors, they could be very difficult to deal with.
Definitely, definitely.
Oh, but... Easy enemies, though.
Oh, especially those enemies where you... Those things can be hard to spot.
You can't even see them, yeah. We'll see if the second cave is any better. Oh, still easy so far. Okay. Orange Dyras, not a problem. I say, of course, immediately before MiRai dies.
Not as big of a problem, at least.
Yeah. We're going to see MiRai slowing down, trying to pull out one enemy at a time, but it doesn't quite work.
And again, we can see MiRai's face. MiRai is enjoying this cave so far, I think.
Yeah, but here he successfully has separated the two enemies, so he can fight them one at a time. It makes it a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully if he can make it through this cave, he can find a palace on the other end to take an up A and refill his lives. But I'm going to find out what's on the other end. Oh, there's a hammer block.
Oh boy, a lot of... Well, that's okay, and that's just the other side of Saria right there.
Okay. Hopefully that forest could be Bagu. Save us from having to go through that again.
Maybe, but might as well get life spell and see if we can find any other hints. And meanwhile, JJ is following in MiRai's footsteps. We'll see if he fares any better in this. This middle segment wasn't so bad. It was the last segment of the cave that was the potential deal breaker here.
Yeah, JJ's going to be getting it on the same levels 2, 1, 3. Neither are runners bothering to upgrade magic until they have something to actually cast with it. We'll see if magic 1 is good enough for life. Probably not.
71, nope.
Yeah. Gets a lot better at, I think at least 2, but should get within the realm of castability soon, but a little sad that, you know, with where this Saria is, MiRai can't even go get a life refill, but the forest decides to give it to him anyway. But I'm sure we'll see both our runners continue to check each forest they can find in hopes that they can find Bagu and not have to do this cave again.
And that was the magic container cave, and there is a magic container, so that's life on the table now.
Yeah, definitely provide a little bit of safety. JJ made it through that cave with significantly fewer deaths, so he's going to have a lot more safety here in this western segment. Easy enemies here in Magic Container Cave. Oh, but a bouncy cat.
Look, a free key and a cross.
Yeah, did we see was large enemies had the key, right?
I think it was one of the moblins. It was a moblin that I think had a key, dropped the key.
Yeah, so.
And there's a pathway to, I'm presuming that's the east.
Yeah, so a lot of options. And MiRai's I'm sure he's just hunting for some place that he could take it up A, because if he game overs here, it's going to be very costly.
Yeah, and that was a life cast, and I don't think it gave much.
No, it did not. 1 or 2 at best. Does get a magic refill, though. Just a vanilla 50 points for this Piag Forest.
And chat confirming that it was a 1-bar life cast, so that's...
Yeah.
I mean, is it better than nothing? Yes, technically, but it's still not good.
Yeah. Brian making good use of these level ups, though, to refill his resources, making sure he keeps his life high, filling up his magic so that he can cast more life spell. Oh, and excellently navigating the slowdown there.
Still saying no to that life level.
Yeah, I think he is trying to be as safe as he can using these levels to keep his resources up. So thinking if I'm going to take a magic level, I'd rather take a magic level that can actually restore some magic for me. Is this another pass-through? Ugh.
Yeah, that's another pass-through.
Well, it looked like it was just Parappa, so...
Yeah, I think so. Although the back end of the fairy drop cave looks about the same, I think.
Oh, and it's just an absolute death of a swamp, and Mirai's going to be taking a free trip back to North Palace.
Oh boy, and we still hadn't found Bagu, so we have to go through that through Jump Cave all over again.
Yeah, JJ also having a rough time dropping down into Fairy Cave, but makes it out without a death.
And then goes right back in.
Oh, that's not where you want to be.
No,
he's down to his last life. He's got to be careful.
What exactly is JJ doing?
I don't know. I think it may have just been an accident. You know, you accidentally
three times in a row.
I don't know. I have to assume it's an accident because otherwise.
No, we did find on the right
maybe...
side. We did see extra life as a drop.
It's a good pickup. So JJ may just be having a little bit of a stream issue, but that may have just been his stream not cooperating and playing us back his greatest pits. Right, trying to remember the enemy layout going through here. Doesn't want to die. No! Oh, and JJ also going to take a game over and going to have to make it through this jump cave again.
Oh, boy. Yeah, this is definitely something.
Yeah, I mean, there's no choice. The seed has been outside of that option as to continue in the west or go through to the east. Everything has been pretty mandatory so far. The seed says that you're going to do this, and every time you die, you're like, oh, my opponent's done this perfectly, and he's way ahead of exploration now, and I feel awful.
So, just to confirm, at least under these flag sets, or if not in this version altogether, is Bagu guaranteed to be in just a standalone forest tile, or could it be just one amidst the whole big forest?
Yeah, he's gonna be in a standalone forest tile. The only way Bagu can be in the middle of a forest is if we're on Vanilla Shuffle, or obviously Vanilla.
Right.
Then his forest can be shuffled into any of the tiles that are in the middle of other forests. So
okay,
you kind of have to have a sharp eye and know what the vanilla forests look like to say, hey, there are 4 tiles there instead of 5, and know that one of them is an actual forest tile. That, again, may or may not be Bagu. All right, MiRai making it a little further, taking another path, but finds another forest that is not Bagu. It is possible that the bot who gives hints next to the bridge in Saria can give hints as to where Bagu is, but I don't think that option is turned on, or at least didn't roll up for this race, because we did see JJ check it, and there is no hint to Bagu.
Okay, but we have another town. It's Mido with Thunder.
Okay. MiRai more interested in potentially finding Bagu than he is getting that hint, but I'm sure we'll see him come back to it at some point, maybe hoping that he could pick up, go in with Fairy or Jump and just grab down stab on the way.
So I had also seen, at least on MiRai's side, I thought I saw a 500 P-Bag drop from something. And we saw a 200, I believe there was a 200 just now.
I appreciate JJ making it through the cave, stops by in Saria just to fill up his life and magic, because he was on nothing.
Nope, no hint there. Unfortunately, you can't get down stab because we don't have Jump or Fairy.
I'm sure they'd love it, but if they had Fairy Spell at the least, it would fix a lot of their problems. We still haven't seen even a single palace yet.
Nope.
Right.
And the medicine is in the maze.
Okay. Good hint to know. Not a particularly difficult thing to get, assuming that Maze Island is remotely accessible. So far, who knows where it is. The one thing that I'm sure our runners are excited about at this point is the fact that the pass-through to the east is a cave. Means that they will definitely be saved the indignity of Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain. Whenever a continent rolls vanilla, it always has the same type and number of connectors that it does in the vanilla game. Since Death Mountain normally has 2 cave connections, we know we can't get vanilla.
There's a palace, but there's also a forest, but it's still not Bagu.
Man, they found just like... This must be every non-Bagu forest.
And jjschmidt77 is pretty much right behind MiRai here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure at this point both runners are expecting that they're behind given the circumstances, but they've pretty much taken the same exploration, the same routing, the same game overs, so...
And our first palace, and it is P2.
Both our runners thinking about it. I know they do each have at least 1 key, but...
And cross in the west, we already have that. Thank you, though.
Thanks. Man, our runners have almost no items, and yet still the hints keep being just genuinely awful.
Oh, there's the last town, and there is another palace.
We're going to check the palace first.
And it's a 3/6. We'll have to dive farther to see if we can figure out which one it is.
Yeah, MiRai here looking to see if he can spawn a red iron knuckle so that he can pick up this level and then take it up A for safety. Oh, rude!
Oh my, yeah.
Oh, 200 points. Okay, at least a good return on the second one.
Yes, good.
Yeah, and an up A has been taken, and MiRai gonna feel much better about having the extra level and a full complement of lives continuing on here.
And the spell is fire.
That could be useful? Question mark?
Yeah, this could be something.
I'm sure we'll see both our runners check it as soon as they can. Both on Magic 2 5 bars, usually enough, but not a guarantee.
79?
That's enough.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like it's jump.
Yeah, it looks like it's jump, yeah.
Okay,
But
jump.
hey, that means you can get down stab now.
I'm curious whether either of our runners will go get down stab or they'll just keep exploring.
Well, MiRai has seen Mido. I don't think JJ Schmidt has yet.
Yeah. But it's sort of like when do you want to turn back, when you want to try and route that in. Ideally, I'm sure our runners would like to find Maze Island, pick up the medicine, and only have to route back there once, but...
I don't think this is Heart Container Cave. I think this is a pass-through.
Yeah, this is that Parappa pass-through we had sighting of earlier.
Hey! We found Bagu!
It's no more going through Jump Cave.
Okay, yeah, we think things have gotten a little bit easier now.
At least a little bit safer. As it stood, every game over, every up A you take just would be incredibly painful. Now, still kind of painful, but not so bad. Here's Heart Container Cave.
Yep.
Continue to see sync for our runners, but MiRai slightly ahead. Oh,
another magic container.
Okay, that'll be helpful once they have something worth casting. MiRai gets his fire check here and gonna see that it's jump.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense to test fire in an area where you have enemies, because that you're more likely to figure out what it is when you actually have enemies to interact with. Like,
yeah.
When you're in the basement with the old man, if it's spell, you're not gonna know.
Yeah, the only issue with that is MiRai, because he was doing it in the dark, wouldn't know if fire was linked to shield or not.
Ah, yeah, true.
So this is ups and downs either way, but looks like MiRai hopped into the east cave, but he's heading down to the southwest here. I think he's going to pick up jump, or pick up down stab with his jump spell.
Yeah, probably. This down stab just makes things safer too. Okay.
Okay. MiRai finding the last cave that he was missing, but it too is rock blocked.
Yeah, but that's two that we've seen.
Thinking about it, he's all the way down here. Nope, he's not gonna go get down stab. He just wants to put his foot on the gas and go to east right away. We'll see if JJ shares some similar routing. He's also thinking about the east. And he's going to be our first runner into the east.
And there's the
passable?
water tile. And okay, yep. There is a way out.
It would have been funny if our runners immediately stopped in to get the boots, but
and this is why getting the cross is nice, because otherwise you'd be getting blindsided by this Moa here.
Yeah, and man, it did not go down fast.
Ooh, there's the desert tile.
JJ down to his last life here on the west. He's working his way up towards where the palaces are.
Oh dear.
Oh, not enough to cast.
Oh dear, this is... Well, for one, this isn't the right desert tile.
Yeah, but thankfully after the death, MiRai will be able to head out the other way.
And another 500 point teabag, and JJ Smith, I believe this is P2 that JJ Smith's diving into.
Yeah, I mean, we know he has at least one key. I don't have an exact key count for him, but while not in logic, it could be useful.
And MiRai found one of the P-bag caves in the east.
Okay, JJ was just looking for enough XP to level. He's back at it too.
There.
I haven't gotten any hints about what's hanging out in the east here, but we're still looking for a number of potentially required items like this raft.
There's the raft, okay.
Absolutely rude enemies backing up right into him. JJ has found Medicine Cave. I don't think MiRai found this.
No, I don't think so. I didn't even see where this was. But holy cow, there's a lot of projectiles flying there.
Yeah, some connection that...
And according to chat, apparently JJ had found Palace 1 as well.
Okay, we were looking for a last palace in the west, so... If this is an important item, it's going to be a big advantage for JJ, because I highly doubt MiRai is going to head back to the west until he's finished finding everything he needs to here in the east, and it's increasingly looking like this is a volcano.
Yeah, there's P5 and Great Palace for MiRai, and a heart container for JJ, and two towns. One is Old Kasuto with Reflect.
All right, it's going to be required. The cross certainly paying off. This town could be an absolute pain to get into without it. Sadly, JJ just rewarded with a heart container for his medicine cave, so not going to give him a huge advantage, but still a nice thing to have, and at the very least, the knowledge is good.
Ooh, both those spots, they were really off, tucked away in a corner. And MiRai finds Naburu. I did not see what that spell was.
It is Fairy, so that's going to be our last required spell. It's going to be dungeon access for MiRai. Huge find for him.
Nice.
Meanwhile, JJ hopping into this Palace 1, and he is going to decide to keep digging it. Definitely reasonable play. Palace 1, the shortest of palaces. Pretty much every scenario. And it looks like JJ found the item room. He's going to use at least one key here.
And we got the blue iron knuckle in the way. Because, of course.
Yeah, without downstab, he's going to have to sort of just muscle his way past it or kill it the vanilla way, neither of which is fun. Okay, did he get a spot on that item?
No, but apparently he must have already used his key somehow at some point.
Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised to see MiRai head out of this town and just immediately start hopping into the palaces. I guess there's a cave here he hasn't explored.
Ooh, and that's the other P-bag cave.
Okay, so it does look like, even though it kind of looks like this is a volcano, we've seen almost every important location here in if this is a volcano, the northern half of the volcano east. There may not actually be any reason to head down into the southern half.
And I think that was that the boots?
It's the hammer.
Oh, it was the hammer. Ooh, okay.
We do know that there is at least one, I think it's only one, hammer blocked item cave in the west, so that is some progression. We'll see if MiRai wants to do palaces or head back to the west.
Well, I mean, the two palaces that are right there by MiRai, it's P5 and GP. So
yeah, MiRai is perfectly comfortable doing P5 on 445, but he is thinking about a trip through the volcano. And he's going to do it. He does have 2 casts of fairy. That's nice. It looks like it's high 20s is the cost.
And was able to get two good fairy feats.
And of course, immediately getting punished for his lack of downstab. But makes it through no problem the second time. Well,
okay. Made it through. God.
He's got 2 attempts at this fairy feat, and then he'll be home free in the palace. Okay. It's not a volcano. MiRai also looking confused, thinking this was a volcano biome. Where is the rest of the east? Meanwhile, JJ did pick up his downstab, and it's certainly helping him in these swamps.
So, can you explain what volcano biome is? I don't think I've ever actually seen one.
Yeah, volcano biome is kind of similar to caldera. Basically, the pass-through section from you'll have a segmented east with basically Death Valley connecting the either north and south or east and west segments. But
I guess I've never really thought of the various biomes by name, I suppose. And that was just a one-up as the item in P4. Great.
MiRai not happy to have used his key there, but he does have fairy spell, so this is all in logic. And we know MiRai has found 1 glove block entrance, but he's going to take a left here instead. This is the only path that he's still got remaining to him. Yet to be seen whether this palace is glove blocked or not. It's going to be very sad for MiRai if it is, though, because it's going to take quite some time to get back to. Okay, gonna find an elevator here, so a little bit of extra options. And another fork. P4 being P4. Just way longer than you expect. Or maybe not. This looks like it might be a loop.
Ooh, another one up.
Okay, that was a loop. So just this one left for MiRai, or this is glove blocked. Of course, as soon as I say that, we get another fork.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well.
You made it. Karak has been found.
A surprisingly short and easy 4. Get both the item and Karak without too many rooms. Looks like Karak both rolled up a little bit and is being extremely uncooperative.
There we go.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the longest Karaks I've seen in some time. All right, and 100-point P bags are our boss reward. Thanks.
Yay. Let that at a hair over half an hour, we have our first gem placed.
Meanwhile, JJ has finished a full exploration of the West, including picking up downstab and an extra cave MiRai didn't see. And he's going to make his way to the east and find all of his additional lovely useless items and also the fairy spell. Now MiRai is sort of thinking, all right, Where's the section of the West that I missed? He knows he's still got a palace outstanding. He knows he's still got at least one item cave that he hasn't found. Of course, as soon as he has Bagu, as soon as he gets the opportunity to use it, he's like, nah, we're good here.
So I think the only town we hadn't seen on the east is Darunia.
Yeah, there's still Darunia and the desert tile are hanging out in wherever our second segment of the east is.
Right, but we also hadn't found New Kasuto yet either.
Yeah.
So between the two, that would be Spell and I guess Jump.
Yeah, actual jump spell still outstanding.
And
oh, that's where the other half of the east was.
Okay.
It's Hammer Black, so this awkward double dip through the east is required.
Another, well, I guess 500 point P-Bag isn't quite done, and there's the raft tile.
Okay, that's going to lead to the rest of our seed, but is that going to be Death Mountain or is that going to be Maze Island? One of those, I'm sure they'd be much happier the other to find.
And there's Darunia, but that has Jump.
Ryan going to go to pick up his upstab, it looks like, and check out the hints on the way. We'll see if MiRai can get the super jump in the first try. Oh, not even going to go for it. Okay, gets his run back. There we go.
Oh, dang, okay.
Didn't take him too many attempts.
Yeah, that's not a technique I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, that's a technique that is a little bit of a swag strat, but actually used in the vanilla run as well. Although you have to be very, very consistent at it to make it save time in vanilla.
JJ picking up the raft.
It is possible to keep your momentum from the first run into the screen and sort of just to make the jump as you walk in, but the timing there is extremely close. We had a desert tile. It was so fast I missed it.
That was a magic container.
Okay. Well, that's going to be the 7th for MiRai. So when he does find New Kasuto, he'll be able to, for sure, pick up at least one item. Glove and boots still outstanding.
I'm a little surprised that MiRai didn't at least scout out the raft tile, see where it went.
Yeah, probably would have checked it, but I think he wanted to make sure he found all of these towns. Really looking for the glove at the very least at this point. That's what you really want to see.
Yep, but there's a heart container, which not a bad thing, I don't think, but having 7 magic containers, it was guaranteed to be able to get that.
The chimney doesn't know anything. Nice of it to tell us that. JJ gonna pick up his hammer and then pretty soon be just as confused as MiRai. It's like, wait, where's the rest of the East? Alright, spell castable. It was very likely at this level, but good to see a confirmation.
All right,
nice.
So Spell Tower, please be something that can let us do things.
It's gonna be the glove. Okay,
that qualifies.
Yeah, that not technically 100% required, only about 99% required.
Yeah, no kidding.
We have seen at least one race in this tournament where I think the glove wasn't needed. But It's an extremely rare circumstance, and nobody really wants to take that gamble unless they really feel like they have to.
And looks like JJ is diving into 5.
Okay, I mean, he's got Fairy Spell. You need to clear it, and I don't hate it. I'm sure JJ feels comfortable. He's probably going to get attack 4 before he reaches the boss, and I know he's pretty comfortable with Guma, so don't think I'm ever gonna criticize anyone for beating a palace that they have everything they need to beat while they're standing next to it. Oh, just absolute monstrous flying enemies, and ugh. This is 5 being very rude.
As 5 is wont to do.
Oh, that's a glove block. I don't know if that was the only way. It looks like JJ knows of another path. I wasn't paying too close attention to it, but we're getting a raft check here.
And
it is Maze Island, and the bridge to Death Mountain is right there.
And that leads to Death Mountain.
Yep, and looks like maybe a caldera. Maybe just mountainous. Hard to say. MiRai's sort of poking his head in, but I don't think he's gonna go too far. If you had the boots, it would definitely speed that up.
Mm-hmm.
But we are definitely going to see MiRai search this Maze Island until he gets his known required medicine.
Oof,
and maybe something else nice.
That was 100 points for that blue Lizalfos. That's gonna... Ugh.
Yeah, but MiRai makes it look really easy with the double stabs up against the walls.
Okay, there's our first item, and it's the last magic container. Okay, then.
Yeah, I think MiRai does have that hint. I think MiRai found the town fairly early, and JJ found it late. So by the time JJ had found it, he had the ability to go pick up downstab, but MiRai didn't get his fire jump until after and didn't decide to go back.
He is going to have to go back eventually because, that's where thunder is, but...
Yeah, I understand him not wanting to... You don't want to have to take a third trip into town, right? You want to be like, right. Okay. Seeing a quick double cast of life to recover his magic. And this palace is going to be, I think, the remainder of our 3 or 6s.
Yes, that was. Yep, the other 3/6 is the only one we hadn't seen yet.
Yep. So wouldn't be surprised if MiRai clears this out after picking up his medicine. But Maze Island not giving up its secrets easily.
Yeah, even if you had the boots, this is definitely not a very friendly layout for Maze Island.
JJ's about to get the bad news here on the Valley of Death, and it does not pass through. But if he was willing to take a dip into 5, he's definitely gonna go and try to clear out 4. And shouldn't be too difficult for him to also place his first gem of the seed. We're just a couple quick fairy feet away from MiRai going into this 3 or 6. I don't think we got a window check out of the other one, so this I think could be either.
Not.
Where are you going, MiRai?
Probably healing, probably farming a magic jar.
Oh, he just wants to get another magic jar. He didn't want to take the up A. Okay, I mean, like, you just... Maybe he's got, like, extra lives or something he wants to... I mean, I was just about to say, you just took the...
It's the same. He's...
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's on his base number of lives, so... That's 3 or 6, a nice, reasonable forest green kind of color. And man, the curtains on Karak for JJ are just extremely bright.
And MiRai finds a dead end.
Of course. Why would you ever get to go right? No, you gotta go left first. That's just how all these palaces are gonna be.
And Karak goes down for JJ Schmidt.
But he's going to have to go take a death to fill up his magic. This Moa shouldn't... Well, the Moa's kind of being a pain. You know, try and jump into it, but it's like, nah. Alright, it was a nice, convenient lava pit.
Mm-hmm.
MiRai's found a turnaround and back onto the moving right strategy. Man, and of course, immediate blue iron knuckle block. Although attack 5 looks like it's pretty strong. Only took about 5 or 6 stabs to kill it.
Oh, yeah, that's getting the job done.
Or maybe the blue iron knuckles are just weak, because it's still taken quite a few stabs to kill that red.
Oh, well, okay. We now know which palace this is.
Yeah, and if I'm MiRai, I don't think I'm gonna look for the item here. I don't think the boots have any likelihood of being required. He's got all of the things that he needs to beat the seed.
Yeah, the only thing you'd probably dig for would be would see if it's the magic key for convenience sake.
Yeah, that might be helpful, but he's still got a lot of 6 left to go. Ooh, nice. 1,000 points from Barba. And he is just going to take the life and magic level here. And having all 8 containers being very helpful to make sure that he's able to ferry his way on and place his second gem of the seed.
You know, it looks like JJ is still digging his way through 4.
Right, thinking about something. All right, taking his magic level. I think we're going to see an up A here. I think he's thinking about whether he wants to up A. Yeah, take the up A, go clear the west. We know that he's going to have to make it a little bit of an unfortunate trip in and out of Valley of Death because he wasn't able to do it before. But he can just clear all 3 palaces in the west. The problem that's going to happen for him is he doesn't know where Palace 1 is. He still hasn't found it. And as far as he knows, it might be boots blocked. But I think he's going to check all of the remaining spots that he had. But
there. Oh, right. It was just
JJ Schmidt getting the bad news regards to the item there in 4.
And decides to up A as well.
Yep, pretty reasonable. And I'm sure he too is thinking at this point, right? The same thing where I was at this point is, all right, where is it? Where's the other half of the east? But MiRai being the first one to trip over in that east and start breaking this puzzle apart means that he's just a solid full palace ahead. And we'll see, as long as MiRai can find P1 in a reasonable amount of time, I think he's likely to keep that lead, at least for the foreseeable future. But that's sort of the wild card at this point is, how long is it going to take MiRai to find that little bit of the West that he still hasn't found?
While he's trying to find it, you might as well just get that downstab and thunder.
Yeah, two very two things that are very useful, and one of them very mandatory.
Oh, yes.
I miss the community text from the downstab guy. He's quite snarky when community messages are on.
Yes, so saying such wonderful, helpful things like, use the pointy end.
Yeah, I had to just press down.
Although, the one that I thought was funny was, you walked right past me, didn't you?
Yes. Yep, that was the case for both our runners. But we're going to see MiRai almost certainly head straight north and clear out Palace 2 and 3.
This cave on jjschmidt77, we hadn't seen this one yet.
Okay. Yeah, this was the other hammer-blocked cave. And this is going to lead to our remaining missing item here, but we know that this is not likely to be useful. Yep, and just a heart container.
I mean, more health is never a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the any key, it'd be about the best item that he can pick up. I know he's still, every cave you go into, you're like, is this the glove?
And meanwhile, MiRai found P1.
Okay, this is good time for him. He'll be able to just clear all three of these palaces, head to the east, take a bit of a long trip clearing out.
The drippers are a blue iron knuckle.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think that was just 100 points for the blue iron knuckle.
Yeah. So not even worthy to grind off of. Not that since he's already at 566, I doubt MiRai will be farming off of that anyway. And there's the boots in one.
Okay, that's not useful, but.
I mean, making use of whatever water tiles are around.
It'll save him about 15 seconds when he goes back to the east, because he'll be able to cut across that little section of water right at the start instead of going around it.
And JJ gets the boots immediately afterwards.
Yeah, and he doesn't know how useless those boots are. In fact, he still hasn't been to Maze Island. He'll be able to save a little bit of time in his Maze Island routing with those boots, so a little bit more useful for him.
Yeah, I think MiRai's might be largely done with levels and isn't even going back for P-bags.
No, yeah, he's at 566 already. I know he's perfectly comfortable finishing the game at those levels, but he's still got at least 4 more free levels to go from these palaces, so as far as he's concerned, he's absolutely fine for the rest of the seed, even if he just gets those 4 levels from the bosses.
A comment in chat: we don't know what's on water tile because our runners just got the boots now. There was no way for us to find out what the item was.
Yeah,
previously.
But we do know that it is not going to be required because MiRai is already in go mode, even without those boots.
I mean, it's would it be nice if it was the magical key?
I guess there is one still outstanding. No, MiRai did even go pick up upstab. Okay. We did see him do that.
MiRai does have MiRai has upstab, yeah.
I was going to say, I know MiRai, very comfortable with the upstab skip, but there's still the possibility of the hard upstab required room, but with upstab in his repertoire, Mirai will definitely be able to clear anything GP throws at him. Although I suppose the specter of the key hard required room in GP is still out there.
Yeah, and one thing we just had some gift subs sent out, and the one giving the gift subs to subscribe themselves as well, and ZeldaSpeedRuns thanks you for your support.
Crumb, just exceedingly generous as always. Thank you once again. And this very, what is this? We call this a peach color here for Mirai?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm not sure I've seen this exact shade before. I mean, everyone's hardware renders the colors slightly differently.
Yeah, of course.
It's a much
not to mention people's stream settings too.
Yeah, between the different. I know Mirai has been experimenting with different hardware setups recently, so.
So JJ's trying to get that key out. I'm not sure if that's going to work.
I'm pretty sure you can get that clip with the jump spell, but I'm not that experienced with making those clips.
Yeah, there's the whole glove thing.
Oh yeah, no, without the glove, he's definitely not going to be able to break it. The glove is hanging out in the east, but the east is hard segmented.
Uh-huh.
Yep, our runners needed to go to the first section of the east to pick up their hammer so that they can go back to the west, use that hammer to get to the southern half of the east, where their glove awaits in New Casino, and also the raft tile to take them to Maze Island. Yes, New Casino also hammer locked, but that's kind of redundant because you definitely need the hammer to get to the southern end of the east anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's P2 done for Mirai.
Yep, and we're going to see him immediately head off to his next dungeon here. Just going to be 3, I believe. And then a quick trip to the east for 5, and then...
And 5 and GP are right next to each other.
Yeah, so. On the same screen, so... Mirai has hit go mode at, 45 minutes or something like that, and then just decided, oh, okay, well, I'll just kill everything then. These palaces have cooperated pretty well. There haven't been any that have been that mean in their layouts. 4 looks like it was about to be bad and then sort of just gave up. Oh, and P3 also not putting out much of a fight.
Okay. Wow, okay. And I don't think we've had any bosses that were glove locked, were they?
No. Although we did see JJ dip around in 5 for a while, and he did leave. I don't know if the reason he left 5 was because he discovered that it was glove blocked, or just that the combat was dumb.
Mm. And that is P3 done for Mirai.
Oh, and Mirai, so comfortable with his levels, just burning that gem. He's got his foot on the gas. 667's all he needs.
Yeah, 667. A lot of people are good with those levels.
Yep.
Yeah, unless you're seeing like 500 P bags in the bunches, you're probably not going to be seeing too many level 8s in this tournament.
Yeah, I think the only time you tend to see that is there are a couple runners who like to use very aggressive attack leveling strategies, and when you do that, you can often end up finishing in the neighborhood of like 878 or something like that. Those strategies yield higher total levels, and also you get more attack faster. But they're a lot scarier because you're lasting for a longer time with low life and low magic. But some runners just, don't get hit and make it look easy.
Yeah, so not only are you going with lower magic and lower life levels, you're also you're sticking yourself with a lot of experience in the bank, and you're just you gotta worry about that game over sometimes.
Yeah, and I had said that MiRai's boots would be able to save him that short little trip over the water, but he declined even to do that.
All right, and Helmet Head is down for JJ.
Yep.
As MiRai takes his initial foray into P5.
Yeah, and we'll see how bad this is. P5 absolutely has the possibility of being completely awful. Okay, well, here's a possibility. Some gloves here. Okay. Right, quickly finding this annoying glove or fairy required room, but man, fairy at Magic 6 is not even 2 bars, and when you have 8 of them, it's gonna no problem just spamming it, and on every room where it might save some time, or obviously here be required.
And it says something about the caliber of our runners, where especially regarding some of these community rooms, that you could just identify it just from the first screen. Because like MiRai in that one room with the blocks just used the fairy right away as if he knew those blocks were good. That layout was going to be there.
Yeah, MiRai is the Zelda 2 community's resident expert room layout. Knower of room layouts. He has written a pretty great guide that you can find in the Z2 Randomizer Discord that has all of the different community rooms and what kinds of blocks are required.
And meanwhile, it was the trophy in P6.
Okay. Yeah.
And jjschmidt makes it through.
Oh, this is P5. We knew that Guma was sitting on the trophy.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right. You're 58 minutes into a scene and you got that hint like 3 or 4 minutes in. It's sort of easy to forget.
True.
All right. So this is that glove block that we had seen JJC earlier. We'll see if this is required or not. Although, MiRai finding multiple paths once again.
Yep, that's a dead end.
Yep. But thankfully, it's not too far away he could just head up the elevator in the next room, and there's another right available to him right away. But if it does turn out that he has to turn left, then he's got some awkward choices to make. And JJ finding his item here.
And it was just a 1-up.
Yep, 1-up of disappointment. And so he's going to also move on to Pals 3.
And happy 1 hour, everyone.
Yep, here at the 1 hour mark, MiRai just continuing to take that advantage that he had early in the East and just push it. He's been absolutely blazing these palaces, but Palace 5, deciding, nah, I'm not like the other palaces. I'm going to make you work. And of course, the commentator's blessing means that we have immediately found Guma.
Yep. And a question in chat. I believe this is a 2-0 matchup.
Yep, both of these runners are 2-0. Currently, there are 4 remaining undefeated players, but after this race, there will be only 3.
And that was a pretty good Guma fight, and that is gem number 6.
Yep. Other 2 3-0 players are Level Engine and, of course, Big Slim, who pop it up in chat to remind us that he, too, is in that 3-0 group looking to potentially take down the winner of this race next week.
And so apparently that was a confirmed glove block Guma, so JJ is going to have to find that back end of the East in order to progress much farther.
Big Slamu asking for MiRai, but little does he know he's going to get the paired out and have to beat me up for a second week in a row. And
not sure what MiRai was looking for. Still in 5 for a little bit, but grabbed the key and then up 8 out.
Yep. To answer Trail's question, there will be a 3-0 pair down. After this race's conclusion, there will be 3 players at 3-0, so one of them will need to get paired down. The other 2 will be facing each other.
All right, so we're starting off with some...
Oh, Trails is 3-0. I am, of course, exceedingly dumb.
Yes, chickens and waffles and chickens and chickens and chickens.
For some reason, Trails is not on the pairings board. Okay, so there will not be a pair down, but man, that's a a bit of a murderer's row with all the undefeated players. Oh, just this is, I gotta say, maybe the most annoying possible version of this room. You've got Blue Chicken, which is the most annoying enemy. You've got this short floor with vertical bubbles, and it makes them almost impossible to dodge, and vertical bubbles just absolutely truck. And then throw some sine wave heads on top of that, for value.
And it looks like we had the candle in 6. Or 3, rather.
The glove was in New Kasuto, which is in the east, but the east is segmented. You needed to get the hammer from the north end of the east, and then come back to the west, and as JJ is about to find, use that hammer to take a different pass-through to get to the southern end of the east, where he will find New Kasuto and his glove hanging out behind the spell tower. So aside from how trolly this west was, it was a relatively straightforward seed. The dungeons in particular have been pretty kind to our runners, but GP forcing MiRai into this left.
Almost looked like a duplicate of the last one of this room, but not quite.
Yeah, just this one had the glory of King Bot hanging out, trying to give you that death.
The last one did too.
Yeah, JJ does check our water tile and find out that it's yet another heart container. But yeah, JJ, I think he's back in this northern end of the east, and just hasn't figured out where he needs to go, where this last connection is. So if at first you don't succeed, just keep going left, find a different left, and all right, here's another turnaround. Maybe this one will lead somewhere useful. Oh, it's another left.
With another King Bot.
Joy. Mirai plenty of magic, so just being safe, picking up that fairy. I like this. Once he found out the Orange Bird Knight was there, resetting the room, taking a safer route to run through and kill it. One gets the despawn on the bubble too. Oh, a little bit scary. You gotta be very careful crossing those lava bridges. Hold down for slightly too long and you'll find yourself down in the lava, and yet another dead end.
Oof.
Thanks, GP.
Yeah, since he didn't kill the Orange Bird Knight on the way in, you'll have to deal with it again on the way back.
Yeah.
Or no, not. Okay, never mind. Never mind, he did. I guess he did kill that one.
See, discussion of Z1R, Z2R combo races. I am, of course, always in, if and when we decide to do that. Quite a number of the Zelda 2 runners are absolute grinders and also play other Zelda randomizers, or in the case of some of the runners here in the tournament, just every randomizer.
You mean
okay.
Not everyone plays like 4 dozen different randomizers?
JJ has found his connection through here to the southern end of the east, and he's going to find this raft tile leading to Maze Island. He's like, this is what I was missing the whole seed. And at this point, he's got to feel way behind.
And now he's digging, looking through Death Mountain.
Yeah, I think he's going to do the same thing Mirai did here, where you sort of just check the caves that are easily accessible, see if there's anything that you can get that's like real easy, and if not, then...
And another dead end, and Mirai up A's.
Yeah. And this is the situation you absolutely fear, is that, you know, you've gotten into this GP, you think you're on good time, and then you just, you know, through like 6 or 7 minutes down the drain checking that whole route. And it's like, okay, well, if I was ahead, am I ahead now, right? Do I start gambling, or do I just keep playing it? It's just, the seed just has not treated Mirai well. And I mean, that's GP for you, right?
Yep.
Sometimes you come in with a good lead and you feel comfortable, and just 30 rooms later, you're like, I hate everything to do with this randomizer.
Yes.
And of course, another dead end.
Wow. Yeah, there's this Great Palace in Z2, level 9 in Z1. Often the what is referred to as the Great Equalizer.
Yep. But on the plus side, I think, now that Mirai has finished checking that right, this left he is on is the only remaining route. I think he has checked all other routes available to him and found that they are not the way.
I believe so, yeah.
Until he finds another fork, he will know that he's definitely on the right route. Thunderbird only confirming this fact.
Yeah.
and it's just going to be Dark Lake in the next room. It's just going to be like, if you just went left at the start, you'd be done 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
Those are the ones you really fear, because it's like, if your opponent thinks they're behind and they're going to gamble, that first left is the one they're going to take.
Yeah, goodness knows it's been forever since I last raced anything, but goodness knows I usually have the race room minimized. This would be having, if I had followed Mirai's path, I would be sweating bullets right now.
Yeah, okay. Very good dodges from Mirai, making this look easy, keeping the pattern.
And
no problem.
Easy peasy.
Gotta get a down roll 500 points and a 100 bag, but none of that matters, because there's not going to be that many more rooms before we find Dark Link.
Yeah, as many rooms as we've seen so far, yeah, I don't think it would be too much more.
Oh, this super annoying room to make the jump.
Hello.
The Kingbot troll, but MiRai successfully avoiding it. Oh man, I love the number and cruelty of the Kingbots in this scene. But still only one path here for MiRai.
And there we go.
Yep, alright, MiRai successfully clearing every room in this GP. Has found Dark Link. And at full life 7, should be just a few more stabs, and MiRai will be joining the 3 other undefeated runners who I have now remembered all of, moving on to 3-0 next week.
Yeah, and MiRai finishes in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 36 seconds. GG. And, JJ finishes off Palace 6. Or at least finishes off places the gem. It looks like he's heading back.
Yeah, unfortunately, he went and did this Maze Island before finding New Kasuto, so as far as he knows, the glove might still be here.
Oh,
he wants to try and finish it off. He knows his P5 is glove blocked. He knows he's going to need it to beat the seed, but it's just this order's not going to pay off for him.
Nope. Yeah, someone in chat basically is just still wondering where that magical key was, and it looks like by process of elimination, unless it's here at P6, it's pretty much at Death Mountain.
Yeah, I think P6 and Death Mountain are the only spots we haven't seen. We haven't seen the last hard container we haven't seen, so one of those remaining items is a hard container, and then I think just another small item, but MiRai has joined us here in chat. Hey, GG, MiRai.
Hi, thank you. That's an interesting start.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Very, very interesting is the correct term for that, I think.
Yeah, we were thinking that both of you searched everything at basically the same time and took a game over at basically the same time. So we were thinking both of you would be thinking, oh man, this is the worst game over ever. I feel like I'm so behind. But it's actually very close most of the way through the West.
Yeah, just looking for Bagu, and he was all the way north. It was like you're either going to find Fairy or Bagu. I don't want to do that jump cave every single time. And Bagu was all the way north. But I think by the time I could actually utilize Bagu, I just headed east. And of course, Fairy was right there in Nibiru or whatever. Yeah, I think it's Nibiru.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that ended up being the big difference between you and JJ here is that you went to the east earlier where JJ spent the time clearing out the last couple locations of the west. He found P1 and the last cave, but JJ had a really rough time finding that second segment in the east, and sort of is where everything important was.
Yeah, there were those 2 hammer boulder blocked caves that I just remembered right off the bat. And I was thinking, well, I was technically missing 2 caves on the west, and I was wrong that they were both boulder blocked. It just so happened that the connector to the east and the south side of the east was boulder blocked. And so that was obviously the first thing I checked, and it got me over there. And I was thinking, oh, whoops, I am, still missing the glove, and now I'm missing 2 item caves on the west. I'm concerned that the glove might just be in one of those. Like, what do I do now? And I just thought, I would clear out that south side of the east. I knew I was missing the desert tile. It was down there somewhere. I knew I was missing New Kasuto, but I had the hammer. If it was behind a forest tile, it was. Got the full check in New Kasuto. It was in Spell Tower. They gave me spell there. I could cast it. I had 7 magic containers by the time I walked in there anyway. And we already had the raft. The raft tile was there that went to Maze Island. It all just seemed to, once you found that southern half of the east, it just seemed to just hand itself to you, and then you were ready to go. You had everything you needed except for maybe the magic key. And it was time to go.
Yeah, once it was time to go, you went really fast through those go mode palaces.
Wish I could have burned some more gems, but life was absolutely sucking. Not the spell sucked and the stats sucked. Holy jeez. That first room that I took a game over in, not a death in Great Palace, I was just being destroyed by everything in there. I just went back for that second key in case we had a situation like Level Engine saw last week. And I was concerned that there would be more than one key door somewhere in the vicinity of the layout of Great Palace. And yeah, I had to go back to that second key since it dropped right then and there. But yeah, I was really concerned. I forgot that trophy was for Guma, and I was like, I'm not going back to Rudo at this point. That's too much.
Yeah, thankfully Fairy was pretty affordable.
Yeah, and it looks like JJ Schmidt has forfeited. Still never did find the glove, so that was unfortunate. Though, I think 5 out of the 6 palaces you didn't even need the glove for. It was
okay,
just that 6th one.
Oh,
yeah. Speaking of palaces, how'd you like that GP?
It was I mean, it could have been longer. It could have been more difficult, but just because the life stats sucked, I was really concerned with pushing through the areas, and I made it to all the dead ends. I mean, it sucked that those were dead ends, but I'm glad that I saw them before game overing in those areas, because then you're left wondering, was that the way? Should I go back that way? But all the rights led to the dead ends, and this time it was the first left, and the lefties would have beat me in this one had it been a close race for sure. Because there wasn't too much of GP after Thunderbird.
Yeah. I think you did end up hitting 100% of rooms in there. I don't think there were any remaining paths, if my memory is correct. So still GG's for a pretty fast time, all considered, in the seed.
There we go. I was going to say JJ's in the waiting room. Hey JJ, GG man.
It was fun.
Based on that beginning of the seed, I'm not sure I believe you.
No, I didn't do terrible, I guess. I think I took a game over early, and that was kind of like, well, let's start gambling on things. But there wasn't a whole lot to even gamble on. And I don't know. I don't know where the glove is. And I have mostly cleared Maze Island and don't have the medicine yet. And that's how it's going right now. But no, good game. Where was the glove, out of curiosity?
It was in the Spell Tower in New Kasuto.
Haven't even been there yet. Yeah, I cleared like 2, 3, 4. Got some 1-ups, and I figured that was about going to be the end of it there.
Yeah, there were a lot of those. We did see a lot of those like, just trying to find stuff, just checking all the tiles that we needed were like far away from where we wanted them to be. Like Bagu was way out of the way, and the desert tile was, I don't think the desert tile had anything amazing on it. It might have just had a magic container, but it's like, I don't know. It's just New Kasuto was behind a forest tile on the south side of the east, and that was one of the last things I found on the east there before heading to Maze Island. I was
you do need the glove for 5, right?
I believe
so.
if nothing else, chat confirmed it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I went in there first, and it didn't take long to see it was glove blocked. If I saw everything right, so I just went in to find the glove mode and never got there. Yeah, that start was no fun, but wasn't too bad. I mean, it could have been worse. The jump cave wasn't too bad. Could have been more Dairas or something to make it really difficult.
Yeah, there was that Korea on the second screen or something like that, and I just couldn't. He kept just feeding me boomerangs every single time, and I couldn't block any of them, and I kept just eating boomerangs, and it was just so it was hurt so much in the early game. Just that one guy was such a real detriment to me pushing through there.
Yeah, I had that in Trophy Cave. I don't think I had that too bad in Jump Cave. But yeah, I think I might have even game overed in Trophy Cave first. Or I think I dipped out to make sure I got a level or something. A long time ago. But yeah, Korea's right out of the gate at 1-1-1 is no fun when you're forced right into caves and can't really do anything else. But those maps, what is that? Is that Mountain Valley or whatever the West was? Those are just terrible. I don't like those very much in general, even when you're not like cave blocked at the start.
Yeah, they're quite the slog, and I missed 2 item caves on the west, and I don't think I ever went back into them, and I was concerned that leaving them behind like that was going to be where my glove was or something like that, and or might have been the magic key, and you might have found that before me, and then you would have been off to the races into palaces before I was, and I was just thinking, man, I hope I still don't know what are in those Medicine Cave and the Pea Bag Pillar Cave. I don't know what was in those, and
Cross and a heart, I can tell you those
okay.
two. Yeah. I missed I doubled back a couple times. The first thing, I misidentified the east as like a volcano. So I went all the way into 4, full cleared it. So I didn't have to go back once I saw there wasn't a second cave down there. And then I could not figure out how to get to the other half of the east because I hadn't seen Death Mountain or Maze Island yet. But I had missed that or forgotten, that boulder block cave down there. It just kind of caught up to that.
I did the same thing as you did when it came to checking 4. I wanted to see if I can get to the southern side of the east there. And then, when I couldn't, I just did 4. It looked like a glove block was going to be in play, but no. Both the item, which I think was a 1-up, and the Karak they were wide open. So I was, we were good there.
Yeah, that was good. That's fun.
But
no.
Yeah, I had seen 2 boulder block caves on the west, and I thought those were my item caves. And so when I couldn't find the other way to the south side of the east, I'm thinking, what did I miss? I have the raft? Did I miss a raft tile somewhere? I'm kind of walking around I'm walking to Saria after an up and A thinking, what did I miss? And just that first cave I checked, that first boulder block cave that was south of Saria was my first check back on the west at that point. And of course that was the south side of the east. And I mean, it sounds like that was the big divergence here, is that I found that a lot sooner.
Yeah, I would guess you were pretty ahead anyway. Because I had one pretty early on. The game over I had before I'd even gone east or anything. I hit the wrong side of Fairy Cave, and then coming out of it, I dipped right back into it before I had.
Oh man!
Like anything, like I just slipped the D-pad and fell right back in.
I remember
that took like most of my last life, and then I just couldn't keep it going to a palace.
Yeah, there's a good old Korea and Red Daira in there. I do remember that.
Yeah. So I figured I was pretty much toast there. Just started taking some gambles on palaces and things. But yeah, I mean, that was a tough one. And you crushed it like me. Excited to see your race next week with whomever you draw. Keep fighting my way and try to get in that bracket too.
I think you got it, JJ. There's two more races left. One more. You only need one more win. I expect to see you in the brackets, man.
Gonna go 1-1.
Oh, wait. Was this not this was a 2-0 match, was it not? I didn't get pinned down. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, I gotta go 1-1.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
And on that note, MiRai, you moving on to 3-0. If you're looking forward to whoever you're going to get paired up with next week.
Looking forward to competition. Like, it's more difficult from here. I know Big Slamu wants to take a swipe at me, so maybe he'll get his wish if it all rolls in his favor. And that's going to happen tomorrow evening on Alan Heffley's Twitch channel. So I'm sure he's in chat, and I'm sure someone's. We're talking about it in the Z2R Discord. So yeah, we'll have that rolled tomorrow night.
You'll get your choice of Big Slimu Trails or Level Engine.
I can't wait.
It's all good matches all week long, I swear.
But yeah, again, GGJJ, and I have to preheat the oven here, so I've got to throw some chicken in the oven and cook some chicken real fast. So I'm gonna dip out if we're finished. We started a little later than first scheduled, but it was all good. This was a tough race to get scheduled. It was everything seemed to be up against us. I was hoping we could get this done tonight, because tomorrow my forecast over here by me is all thunderstorms all day long. So that's like last day racing and thunderstorms. I was thinking that might be bad.
Yeah, thanks for the reschedule on that.
Yeah, we both had to. Like it was Wednesday night. We first scheduled for Wednesday night, and then everyone and their mother scheduled for Wednesday night. And I was afraid that we were going to bump our 2-0 match was going to bump one of the newer runner races. And so I was like, all right, JJ, do you want to move this back? And he's like, yeah, we could do Friday. And I was like, all right, cool, Friday. And then all of a sudden, or was it? Did we go Friday? We went Friday first. Right? Did we go Saturday? I don't remember. We scheduled a few times. It was a few different times we changed it. Thanks to ZSR for accommodating that as well. So anyway, I'm done.
Okay. Sorry about that. Time for me to jump in. And I know you guys have been waiting to make fun of my accent chat. Now you get to do it. You get to have fun at my expense. First things first, let me congratulate MiRai. Congratulations, Guru. You did well. You 3-0, and now you're going to duke it out with the other 3-0ers. I hope you get your wish, Slamu, because I'd love to see Slamu versus MiRai. It'll be very interesting. As for JJ Schmidt, JJ, you are a great runner. You know, you gave us one heck of a show, and I really do appreciate you taking the time out, the both of you, and rescheduling like you did, because we were slammed with everybody, in scheduling. And usually for late night, it's me who does the restreaming. So I am so appreciative for your flexibility. I'd like to personally thank our tracker, the queen of Hera Basementlandia, the one who reigns over Misery Meyer, the one who also loves to give Homewrecker the Bro Shield, and that's the one and the only Royale with cheese. I did put up people's addresses there in chat. Make sure you follow them to show love. But I saved the best for last, because we had one heck of a comm team, didn't we, chat? And who better to thank at the last moments than the two best restreaming buddies I could ever ask for, especially comm team. And that's, please give Melee Wizard and Elendar both a follow. Thank you so much for, adjusting your times for today, because we were supposed to be 9 p.m. and you guys decided to hang out late with us. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. And chat, I always say thank you to you as well, because we wouldn't be here without you guys. You support us. You always make us feel special, and we couldn't do this without you. Please always remember that. We did have some gift subs from Crumb, which introduced 5 new people to the Zelda Speedruns community. On behalf of Zelda Speedruns, Crumb, if you're still here, thank you so very much. Really do appreciate you supporting us the way you did. Now, let's get to some Z2R goodness for upcoming events. Upcoming, we have on Sunday at, would help if I had the page correct. There we go, now I can see times. On Sunday, 9 a.m., we have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard European Weekly Race. And that's a given that's going to happen. So if you guys are OOT fanatics and you want to see some really bad routing or clown routing, that's something great to watch. At 10:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we've got the Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 2 tournament. And this is Swiss Round 1. We've got Lepalog versus the Mario Runner. I don't know how he ended up here, but we're glad to have him in the Zelda community. At 1 p.m., if you want to see my best friend in the whole world, Nessman88, go into Ness mode, it's the Mid-Cap Randomizer Weekly Race, where we punish Hendris for rolling bad seeds. Nessman usually has his lucky horseshoe. At 1 o'clock as well, Link to the Past, NMG League 2022. Light World Round 4, we have the Shady Force versus Bleeby. And 2 o'clock, we've got the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 5 tournament. Winners bracket Round 2, and that's Tanjiro 3 versus Shizuku. At 2 o'clock, we have, Majora's Mask Rando Standard Tournament Season 3 Winners bracket Round 1. We have the Big Boo going against Chastifer. And at 5 o'clock, we have Wind Waker Randomizer Season 5, Round 2 of the Winners Bracket, with, of course, 2000 Alex versus the Butter Lord. And that is going to be 2 more races at 9 o'clock. One is going to be the Link to the Past Cross Keys Tournament, Swish Round 5, and that's R.D. Walsh V versus the Plasma Kappa. Link to the Past, Casual Boots, nice. Group AA Tiebreaker, Adalord versus the Daddy Gamers versus Thailand 116. And that's all we have going for tomorrow. Most likely than not, I'm gonna say Alan will be rolling at around probably 7 or 8. That's usually, I'm not looking at chat give me, but he usually rolls around 7 o'clock the next day after everything is finished. Make sure you go to Alan's channel to find out the next set of opponents. And once those get determined, you know that we in the ZeldaSpeedRuns community will do our best to restream it. So on that note, we are going to be rating ZeldaSpeedRuns, the first one. They're doing the NMG tournament. So let us go and wish them some luck. Let's tell them, Homewrecker, here's what you're going to say in chat, guys. Homewrecker loves the mirror shield. On that note, everyone have a wonderful night. It's truly a pleasure. Goodbye.